Welcome back to my channel. Today we're counting down the top 10 smelliest fruits in the world. Number 10. Vomit fruit. The no. One rule of eating any fruit or plant in the rainforest is never eat anything that looks like a body part. This one is called vomit fruit because it smells like dirty socks and tastes like chalk and plastic. But the worst thing about this fruit is that if you are unfortunate enough to eat the seeds inside, I think they will hatch in your stomach and you will feel very sick. So to avoid all these problems, don't eat this fruit. Number 9. Durian. There is no way we can do a list of the smelliest fruits and not include durian. You probably know this one already. It smells like dirty gym socks and cat urine, but then surprises you with a creamy, thick, whipped cream-like texture and a sweet, delicious taste. If you like your desserts to be rich, smooth, and unforgettable, you will love durian. One bite and you won't regret it. Number 8. Vomit fruit. Let's stick with the rainforest for a bit longer. We have our fair share of unique fruits in the Amazon, including this gem. First off, let's talk about the name. They call this fruit vomit fruit, and it's also known as blue cheese fruit. And I don't know about you, but those two things don't sound particularly appetizing. The smell is similar to dirty socks, but it has a strong undertone of rotting meat. When you cut through the flesh of the fruit, it oozes a slimy gel that sticks to your fingers. And if that wasn't bad enough, the taste is just as horrible. Imagine eggnog where grandma added too much nutmeg and cloves and left it out in the sun for a couple of days. Yeah, it's that bad. Number 7. Mango sweat. Yep, you heard that right. These little mango-shaped balls literally smell like sweaty feet. I guess there was a mango tree growing next to a gym. They could use some air freshener around here. At least the name is accurate. You get a tiny mango-shaped ball with the pit in the middle. If you slice it open, it looks exactly like a mango. The only difference is, it doesn't taste like mango at all. It tastes like a super ripe avocado, but with a hint of coconut and cardboard. Not too many people are brave enough to try these. And honestly, I can't blame them. Number 6. Blue cheese. Yes, believe it or not, there is actually a fruit that smells like blue cheese. It's got the same creamy texture and a very similar taste to blue cheese. To be honest, it's not that big of a stretch. It's technically a fruit. It comes from a small village in Borneo. They call it the blue cheese fruit or the vomit fruit. Either way, you're probably not going to want to eat it. Some say it tastes like a tiny bit of cream cheese mixed with a little bit of chalk. Others say it tastes more like a strong-aged cheddar with a hint of pepper. What I'm trying to say is the reviews are mixed. And it's not just the taste that makes this fruit so interesting. It also has some mind-blowing properties. If you leave it sitting out in the open, it develops green mold on the outside. But once you cut that away, the inside is perfectly fine to eat. And if you were to leave it in the fridge, the mold wouldn't grow. Number 5. Dagon fruit. Now we're talking. This fruit is truly amazing. It's a spiky, bright yellow ball that looks like a children's toy, but it's 100% natural. When you cut it open, it has this neon pink slime dripping out of it. Not only does it look crazy, it also smells like dirty laundry. But that's not the worst part. Once you rip off a chunk and put it in your mouth, you start getting these tiny bubbles all over your tongue and lips. We don't know what's in this fruit, but it's definitely some kind of laxative because it tastes like sweet bubble gum. Yet it will rip through your bowels faster than you can say diarrhea. You will be running for the bathroom within minutes after eating this fruit. Number 4. Stinking bishop. This fruit deserves its name. When you walk by a tree full of these, you will literally fall to your knees and praise whatever god you believe in, because the stench is so unbearable it even gives me a headache just thinking about it. I think this is a good example of nature playing a cruel joke on us. You see, stinking bishop grows in a very specific area in England, and when it ripens, the whole region stinks. It smells like dirty gym socks, stinky feet, and spoiled milk. The second you walk into the forest, you know something isn't right. That's because the trees that bear this fruit are completely covered in these weird balls. They look like lumpy grapes that have been fused together. I guess if you really wanted to, you could try eating them. But please keep us updated on how that goes for you. Number 3. Poo fruit. Let's head down under and check out what Australia has to offer. I don't think anyone should eat this fruit. First off, it looks like a brown, squishy ball with a tiny little hole in the middle. You cut it open, and it has this black tar-like substance spilling out of it. That doesn't sound too bad, but wait till you hear what it smells like. You take a deep breath, and your nostrils immediately start burning. It smells like dirty diapers, wet dogs, and sewage. But the smell is only half the battle, because this fruit will make your mouth feel like it's on fire. If it weren't for the fact that this fruit grows naturally, I would assume someone made it in a lab to test the human pain threshold. And the funny thing is, it's actually considered a delicacy in Australia. People go absolutely nuts over this fruit. They mash it up and spread it on their toast with some butter. Sounds delicious. Number 2, cheese fruit. This is a rare wild fruit from Southeast Asia. It has a pale yellow color inside and looks like a tiny slice of cheese. Hence the name, cheese fruit. There's nothing else quite like it. It has a sour, cheesy, numbingly spicy flavor that you won't soon forget. And while most describe it as pretty disgusting, others say it's incredibly refreshing. And it's not just the taste that makes this fruit so unique. It also has some unusual properties. You buy the fruit, it will be firm and rubbery. But once you get it home, it starts to soften like a block of cheese left out in the sun. If you want to speed up the process, you can put it in the fridge upside down in a bowl full of water. The water will absorb the liquid from the fruit, and it will become soft and spreadable in no time. You could technically spread it on bread and pretend you're having cheese. Except you will need to brush your teeth afterwards because the smell is downright rancid. It smells like dirty rags, sweat, and old gym shoes. And the taste is very hard to explain. Some say it tastes like pepper and mint, but with a stronger, numbingly spicy flavor. Others say it tastes like a strong cheddar with a little bit of mustard. Honestly, it doesn't matter what it tastes like because it's a pain to get through the smell. And coming in at number 1 today, the smelliest fruit in the world is one black vomit fruit. Just the name alone is enough to turn people off, but it gets worse. This fruit has a nasty, dirty appearance. Looks like a bunch of tiny little pebbles glued together and covered in tar. It smells like dirty diapers, but the smell gets stronger once you cut it open. It has this dark sludge oozing out of it. If you're brave enough to try it, it tastes like chalk, dirt, and ash. It's a very dry, sandy texture that sticks to your mouth and tastes like you're chewing on cement. You might be asking yourself why anyone would ever eat this fruit. Well, to be honest, no one knows. Guess people thought it looked cool, and they were curious. But trust me when I say this fruit needs to be wiped off the face of the planet. Do you know any stinky fruit I missed? If you do, add it to the comments. If you like smelly fruit, please like and subscribe. Well, that's today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you learned a little something new, and I'll catch you guys next time.